If you've been online looking for craft projects lately, chances are you've seen some people making some really cute DIY stickers. Well, I'm no exception. I saw those recently and I wanted to give it a try. So today I am partnering with Cricut to show you not only how to make stickers, but a ton of other things like magnets, custom banners, and even some custom wrapping paper using Cricut's print then cut feature. So stay tuned to see how to use it and to get inspired to create things yourself. This is Whiskey and Whit. My name's Whitney, and on this channel I love to share DIY and budget home decor as well as Cricut projects like I'll be sharing today, as well as wood builds. So if you like all things DIY, be sure to hit subscribe down below so you don't miss a future Whiskey and Whit video. So I'll be trying out 3 different products from Cricut today. Their sticker paper, their clear sticker paper, and then also their printable vinyl. So we'll put all 3 of these through the test and I'll let you know what I think.
Themed ones here, but I made a ton of different stickers and you could really customize this with any file that you have. So let's get started in Cricut Design Space. So you're gonna upload your file. You can either make your own or find some or purchase some on Etsy. There's a lot of different options. And when you go to upload, you're gonna wanna click complex out of the options there. Now on this screen, you're gonna be able to get rid of any of the background, but I uploaded mine all as a transparent PNG, and that's why you see the checks behind, and then you're gonna select print then cut. The reason you're selecting complex is so it prints in a nicer quality, and you're removing the background because you don't want any additional background when you print out your stickers. So once you've got your items uploaded, then you're going to select the ones that you want to print and then go to add to project down in the right hand corner. So the first step on my canvas is figuring out what size I wanted them. So my stickers ranged in size from about 2.5 inches in width all the way up to 5 inches. So just use a ruler, figure out how big you want it, and then we're going to add an offset. This is going to add the outside of the sticker, the white outline, and it's going to wrap around the text. So once you select the option, you can slide this little slider to make it larger or smaller. You just want to make sure that as it's wrapping around the text, you don't have any holes on the inside, and you're going to be able to see that when it fills in. I used between 0.2 and 0.6 depending on my text. Then when you hit apply, it's going to create a black background, and I just changed it to white so I could see my sticker. Selected both, which you can tell they're both selected by the dark gray on the right hand side, and then I clicked attach so that it's one piece instead of a graphic and an outline. And the reason you do that is because the offset, the outside, is what your Cricut's going to cut, so it doesn't cut too close to your text to cut off any of the pretty graphic that you uploaded. I continued that process to add offsets to all of my stickers, and then I created a square that was 6¼ inches by 9¼ inches and laid out all of my stickers. That helped because here, if I don't lay out my stickers, it's going to use 2 pieces of sticker paper, but if I go in and attach them all, it kind of tricks the system, and then it's going to print on 1 piece of sticker vinyl, and that is really helpful. So once I had everything laid out, I hit continue and then send to printer. So here are the options that you're going to want. You're going to unclick add bleed, and then you are going to click on the option to open your system dialog. Basically, that's going to open your printer box, and that's going to allow you to update the settings so that your stickers print nice and crisp. I like to use color fine. It depends on your printer. You just want to up the quality so you're getting really nice prints. Then I've been getting a ton of questions about what printer I've been using. This is my new HP. It feeds from the top, and so you're going to want to make sure I'm using the vinyl here, the printable vinyl from Cricut. Make sure that you insert it so it prints on the side without the Cricut lettering. Overall, I was really impressed with this printer. I recently got it for $80 at Target. It's super small, and I think it's going to be great for my projects. It prints really crisp, and the photo, color fine setting worked really well, so I will link that down below. Then once my stickers were printed out, I wanted to seal them, and so I saw on TikTok people using these Avery self-adhesive laminating sheets, and so I wanted to give them a try. I purchased these off Amazon, and they came in a 9x12 sheet. What I did is measured out the laminating sheet so that I could stick it onto my vinyl but not have it overlap the black lines. That's important because if you overlap the black lines, your Cricut might have an issue reading the sensing lines there. That's what those black lines are, and it won't cut. So then I peeled off the top and then used a ruler, essentially like you would any transfer tape, and pushed my ruler down so that it applied evenly without any bubbles or creases. Now I could have used my Cricut squeegee tool, but it's not wide enough to push everything at once, and so I found the ruler works best. Then I placed it on a green mat. You could also use the lightweight mat, but the green regular mat worked for me. And then I used the heavy cardstock setting to cut these out because I had an additional layer with the laminate. And then I let my Cricut do its thing, and it went through and cut out all of those offset outlines that we created in Design Space. Once it was done, I made sure to peel my mat away from my sticker sheets, and I had a ton of super cute stickers. I created a ton of different options using this method. I did a bunch of Halloween stickers, as you could see here. I did some Christmas vacation. I found a ton of cool images on both Google Image Search and Pinterest, as well as creating my own. And so I know you guys are going to have a ton of questions of where each file came from. So let me give you a quick breakdown, because I did make a ton of stickers with one printable vinyl pack. So these Halloween and fall stickers are all going to be free downloads over on my blog, so check the link in the description to download those, as well as these everyday stickers. Those will be free as well. I'll also have these Christmas ones in that free download folder as well. These adorable Starbucks and Ray Dunn inspired ones came from KaylaMakes.com. If you sign up for her email list, you can download all of these files. So again, I will have that linked. This Witch Museum file was actually an SVG I downloaded for a sweatshirt last year that's available on Etsy. And then all of these were just from Google image searches. The dog ones for Sebastian, I added the text for his name. Now, as far as use, you could use these on a ton of different things, but I wanted to customize this candle for some decor and share with you how I did it. So this is a Bath & Body Works candle. I just peeled off the front label and then used some Goo Gone. You can also use fingernail polish remover to get rid of the sticky. Then I used a Sanderson Sister decal, as well as my Sanderson Sisters Black Flame Candle Company sticker on the front. And I really love this themed piece of decor. It's super easy. The vinyl sticks really well, and I'm excited to put it out for Halloween decor this year. Overall, I would say I love the Cricut printable vinyl paper, especially sealing it with that laminate sheet. It is then waterproof, which is nice. I'm going to put some of these on cups and things, so I'm really excited about that. So the vinyl paper is a win in my book. Up next, I wanted to try out the clear printable sticker paper. So I added my logo to Design Space, as well as putting it over the top of a white circle. I selected the align and then center, and then flattened it like I did with the offsets before. Then I made it the size that I wanted, and then put it on that 6 1/4 by 9 1/4 sheet and duplicated them just by copying, pasting, getting everything aligned, and then selecting everything but that square and hitting attach. That will then create the sheet for you. I inserted my sticker paper. Again, make sure it's going the right way for your printer. Added it to my Cricut, cut them all out, and I thought they came out really nice. The only thing I wish I did is I used the clear sticker paper setting on my Cricut. I wish that I had selected more pressure or used a deeper cut, just because I had to pull them with a little bit more oomph to get them off the sheet. So I learned for next time. But these are super cute, and I plan on using them when I send stuff out for my business. So to me, with those cut settings updated, the clear sticker paper is also a win. Now, I wish I could say the same thing about the printable sticker paper, but I just cannot. My printer, I tried multiple times and it would not feed correctly, and it was extremely frustrating. So in my book, I will not be probably using the printer sticker paper from Cricut again, but the other two are definitely a win. So I would say if you're making stickers, definitely get the printable vinyl. They're similar in price, and your stickers are going to last longer. The only downside is that they are not going to be as removable as the sticker paper, so you may want to look for another brand if you want that in your stickers. Another idea I got was to create some customized magnets. So I printed out this picture of a watercolor that looked like Sebastian onto just regular cardstock. I applied the laminate sheet just like I did with the stickers, but then I used some of these Craftopia adhesive magnetic sheets. I trimmed down my picture, making sure not to cut too close to those black guidelines, and then I stuck it onto this adhesive magnet. Now I did this in my mom's classroom and I really loved the results, so I had some extra pieces of magnetic sheet. So I made sure to add some painter's tape to my two pieces, again, not covering up those black guidelines, and then it was not going to kind of move on my mat. If you also have a strong grip mat, which is the purple mat, you can use that as well. I then set it on magnetic sheet and the heavier setting to cut a little bit more, and so then it made it through all of the layers of both my laminate, my cardstock, and my piece of magnet. So then once it was done, I peeled off the painter's tape as well as my magnet. I popped it out, peeled off the outside similar to how you would if you bought a magnet at the store. And then you have an awesome waterproof glossy magnet. These are on my fridge, but you could also add these to your car, to your mini fridge if you've got one at work. This would also be cute for teachers to put things on their filing cabinets. There's a ton of different options, and these come off and stick super easily. I love this file I found because it looks just like Sebastian. Now, you guys know that I love planning parties and giving gifts, and this year is no exception. I feel like we've got a ton of things going on between weddings and babies, and so I am helping plan a shower for my cousin who is having her first baby. They do not know the gender of the baby, so we are doing a gender-neutral safari-themed baby shower. So I found these cute elements on Creative Market that matched a diaper cake that my aunt purchased. So I ended up sizing them to the size that I wanted. I didn't add an offset to this one, and I printed them on cardstock. Then I went through and cut them all out, and I knew which one it was going to cut because it was highlighted on the side. You see how this one that's selected is lighter gray? That's how you know what is going to be cut. Then you pop it in your Cricut the exact same way. It will use those black guidelines to know where your file is, cut it out, and then peel it back from the mat, and I popped it out of the cardstock. I really love these cute little images of the safari animals, and I had a few different plans on what to use these for. So the first one was to create a custom banner, and this is really nice, especially if you want decor for a theme that you either can't find or that is really expensive. So I took some brown craft paper that I got from Michael's. I cut out Welcome Baby G because that's what they're referring to the little baby as for the shower. I used a hole punch to punch 2 holes in the top of each letter so they would hang, as well as popping some holes in the top of my cute little animals. I strung it up on some jute twine, and this is a really quick and easy banner, but it really is nice because you can get those watercolor images like I have here without having to worry about layering vinyl or anything. You just quick print, it cuts it out, especially all those little intricate details, and then you're able to decorate with a custom piece that only took me about 20 minutes to put together. In that same vein, I cut out some cards. I designed these in Canva with the same files, and then I had one sheet left of the vinyl sticker paper, so I made some little stickers of the animals. I put them on to the cards as well as the card envelopes because the card envelope was just white, so it added some little zhuzh to that. I added the stickers as well as some smaller cutouts of a giraffe and a zebra to the box. It looks so much more safari themed now, and it was so quick and easy to put together. And this is just wrapped in a $1 craft roll from Dollar Tree, which makes it super affordable, and then the sky's the limit with how you can customize it. I see Mickey cutouts in Finn's future and a ton of other options, so I'm really excited.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope this lowered your apprehension to try something new with your Cricut. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what you think about the print then cut and any cool projects you've done with it, because I am loving it, especially with my new printer. So let me know what projects I should do next. Also, if this is your first time here and you're looking to learn more about how to best use your Cricut, I've got a full playlist for you. I will link that down below so you can check that out and learn more about how to best use your machine. Thanks again for watching. Thanks to Cricut for sponsoring today's video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!